I can find your work and the breath work and, the Wim Hof. Leg jigging. This seems to be like the most common thing. And I do it all the time. And my girlfriend's dad does it all the time. It drives her mental. What's going on with that? Why is it the leg seems to be the most obvious jig or tremor?
Well, that's one of the easiest places to discharge the excitement, legs. That's why we run.
Yeah.
See, it's one of those things we do. If you watch kids, particularly boys around the age of 11 or 12, when their body's being pumped full of testosterone, you cannot find a 12-year-old who has a calm leg. Yeah. And that is just an impossibility. And when I traveled a great deal, I'd be just sitting at an airport, and the number of people whose legs would jitter like that were amazing. And I would just videotape people's legs so that they wouldn't see me doing it. But here's the thing. It is the discharge. It is happening. That one we accept, except it's a nuisance for some people, but we accept that. But the problem with it is it never creates a full discharge. So it just keeps repeating it over and over and over. Right. So that's why it continues. It's not fully discharging. I used to have that a lot as well. And I was always fascinated by it, but it would do it all by itself, obviously, unconsciously. And as I did TRE more and more, that whole pattern just stopped. Same with restless leg syndrome. A lot of people have that at nighttime. What is that? The body desperately attempting to activate a discharge mechanism, which is the tremor mechanism. It's never successful, so it keeps repeating the pattern over and over. I don't believe people really need medication for it. I think they need to discharge. And then the body doesn't need to make that movement any longer.
That's beautiful. So, sometimes you fall asleep and is that what's going on? Is that part of it as well? Same thing.
Just think of this. You're coming from a sympathetic nervous system. You're starting to fall asleep, which is going into parasympathetic, and then it startles. Okay. And what it does is it's actually trying to discharge again. Okay. And it also is part of when we go into parasympathetic, if we've had to live on alert for a long time and you start to fall asleep, the brain says, no, stay awake. A lot of soldiers have that. They can't sleep at night. As soon as they start to fall asleep, danger is sort of in the back of their brain and it activates. No, don't fall asleep. It's dangerous. And then so they don't get good night's sleep for years after they come back from having been in some sort of battle.
Yeah. Oh, it's tragic, isn't it? And that's why it's so important to get this information out. I think